but can sound very loud.
Do you think I'm loud? That's how we start arguments. We're gonna fight on camera.
So, because we're the ones expected to be rational and reasonable and bring an argument to the end.
Hello guys, كيفكم؟ شو اخباركم؟ ان شاء الله تكونوا بخير. دائما تسألوني انا وليم اسئلة عن الاختلاف الثقافي، حياتنا، ايش الاشياء اللي كنت متوقعتها منه، ايش الاشياء اللي هو كان متوقعها مني. like stereotypes.
Welcome to this video about stereotypes.
Stereotypes.
Are we stereotypical? Let's find out.
Okay, so I have like a bunch of stereotypes for English people that I'm gonna say, and then we're gonna see if you have a stereotype. Is that a word? If they apply to you. That's the word. Okay, so we're gonna see if these stereotypes apply to him. Loving tea.
Yeah, to be honest, it's I'm not really too crazy about tea. I know that's a very British thing. I know a lot of people are when you go in the house, like, oh, do you want a cup of tea? I'd usually rather have like a soft drink or a glass of water or something.
When my sister, when I first told her about you, the first thing she asked me was like, does he like tea? I appreciate, I used to drink, I mean, I have drank tea in the past, but it's not a big thing. It's very rarely ever my first choice. It's almost never my first choice. Yeah.
Now we have some Arab and then black girl stereotypes, because you both. So, number one is you don't have a say in your own life. You're always told what to do. Can't live your own life.
It's not right, but at the same time, like being Arab, like you have to listen to your parents. You have to listen to your husband when you get married. But at the same time, you still have a little bit of say in your life.
She's also impossible to tell what to do, so that was false advertising for anybody looking for an Arab wife. It's it doesn't work out like that, turns out.
No. Yeah,
she's actually allergic to being told what to do, not just doesn't always get told what to do.
I don't like being told what to do.
Actively cannot tell her what to do. She's very, very naughty. Okay, so that one is a kind of...
But you don't need to tell me what to do, do you?
Not all the time. Sometimes she's like, if she's asleep, for example, then she doesn't need to be told what to do.
But I do listen to you when you tell me so.
Yeah, on like the 10th time, if it's like you deem it important. Anyway.
I do listen to you. My husband, we still listen to you.
She doesn't. Anyway.
Okay. Nothing to talk about besides the weather.
Nah, that's another British thing. It's the easiest thing to talk about first, is because it's, you know, everybody can agree on it. It's raining or it's not raining or whatever. Yeah. So I see why people do that. I've always got something else. Yeah, in England it's always raining, so you've got something to complain about. And English people like complaining, and it kind of brings them together. So often people do talk about the weather. It's like it's a kind of like even British people know it's a stereotype to be like, you know, oh, nice weather we're having today.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody rain again. This is a stereotype that is of both black and well, it's kind of actually a bit different. So the one of the stereotypes is that Arabs sound angry when they're talking, and this is like it sounds like I find it similar with like Greek people and even like Italians or some like passionate kind of European types.
Also, I think because we have the ha and the sha.
Yeah, it's like Germans as well. They have that ha sound, so it's kind of like and when if they're talking to each other, often to somebody who doesn't know what they're saying, it can sound like they're arguing. And also,
so the stereotype is
that they sound angry when they're talking.
So I don't
think you do that much. No, I think it's more like maybe a masculine thing if somebody's talking a bit loud.
Getting burnt on a crisp holiday.
No, baby, that says getting burnt to a crisp.
To a crisp on a holiday.
On a holiday. What did I say? Getting burnt on a crisp holiday. Okay, whatever. That's not what British people do. Getting burnt to a crisp on a holiday. Like
look at you.
I'm doing okay. Got my tanning oil on. It's good.
I
get burnt occasionally, but only if I'm riding on a scooter or whatever. But English people have a habit of going on holiday to like Spain or Greece, and then they'll sit in the sun all day to try and get tanned really quickly, and then they will get really burnt and go pink. But I'm a little bit cleverer because I've been living in hot countries for so long. I only occasionally get sunburnt when I'm accidentally on the scooter for too long or I'm outside not on purpose, but I don't do it to myself as much. I've been tanning a little bit every day.
Okay.
From the black side is that black women or people can sound very loud.
Do you think I'm loud?
Do you think I'm loud? I
think Liam always tells me that I'm loud.
You know, it's just, I've got to say there are some reasons that some stereotypes exist.
Shut up.
She's not always aware of how loud she's being.
Wait. I think I'm only loud around certain people because, like, you guys, you always think that I'm very quiet, like I speak in a low voice and stuff because it's depending on the person I'm with. If it's someone who's annoying,
yeah, she's not as loud as some of the stereotypically loud.
No, I don't think I am.
She's somewhere in between.
Okay, good.
Depends if she wants your attention and you're the other side of the house.
Leah!
And I'm just like, oh, can I pretend I've got headphones on and I can't hear her? I don't know.
You're so annoying.
Okay.
You guys love to queue.
So it's not so much we love to queue, but we're apparently the only country in the world that knows what a queue is. Other countries like Brazil and Saudi, people don't have the same idea of, obviously, to English people, if you were there first, you're going to be served next.
Like, in Saudi, like if you're a girl, you just like skip the queue. Because like
in England, someone might invite you to do that out of manners, but you shouldn't assume that's the case.
Like queens, you know.
Yeah, no, but in reality, if you've been waiting, then you know it was. If, for example, you want to get something done and somebody turned up 20 minutes before you and they're going to be on time, it's not up to them to make up for your inability to be on time. Stereotype of shared stereotype of Arabs and black people is like they like showing off, bling, and looking rich.
Do you think I'm like that? I don't know. You know what, guys? Ever since I left Saudi Arabia, I'm starting to feel like I'm a bit like that. Maybe a little bit, not too much. What do you think?
Yeah, not like
I'm not showy, but I like my stuff. You know?
Too much, but I think the stereotype with like, I mean, she shared stereotype with Arabs and black people is that they like looking rich and showing off. But generally, it's like I guess Arabs like looking rich as they might actually be. And then stereotypically, you know, a lot of time in America or like, you know, African Americans like looking richer than they are. So they might rent, and it happens a lot in England, like they'll rent a Ferrari on the weekend to drive around in it, but they probably saved up for like a month to rent it for a weekend. That's looking richer than you are. Or they'll like, you know, have a gold chain that they didn't pay the rent for 3 months to buy or something like that. Like, as far as they're showing are like being a bit more image oriented, yes, but only because it's kind of part of your job as well. Because you're like an image person, like it's a lifestyle.
So you think I'm fake?
No.
You're telling me I'm fake.
But, I mean, she will do a photo with a yoga mat. Not necessarily train yoga, but...
He's been sleeping on that, like he just...
sleeping on it.
Okay, you apologize profusely. I think you do, like, as English people.
Yeah.
Like, you do too, like, you're...
it's especially if you're gonna, like, complain about something, even if it was the other person's fault. Mm-hmm. Like, if, say, you said...
No, we're right now we're talking about you.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, I'm talking generally as a British person and what I do as well. Mm-hmm. If you're in a restaurant, for example, if say you said sparkling water and somebody brings you a still water, you'll be like, oh, sorry, I didn't order this, even though there's nothing to apologise about.
Excuse me,
excuse me, I didn't order sparkling water, take it back. And I'll be like, oh, sorry, I was wondering if we possibly, sound like that. Of the Arab women, expected to be submissive, cook, clean, be a good housewife. What do you think, baby? How you doing?
I do cook. I don't clean.
They do submissive.
I'm not submissive.
Not submissive, no. We have a cleaner. Submissive. I think the problem here is like,
have a cleaner,
if you were
but I do cook for you. I cook for you, don't I? You
do, baby, sometimes, yeah. And I cook for you too.
Yes.
We both
see, it's like, yeah, we share.
Also, I'm not trying to have like a house slave, but yeah. but also she could maybe do a bit more. But I think it also comes down to...
Liam just like sitting down, not doing anything, and be like, baby, can you pass me my noodle? Can you pass me my whatever? Can you give me this?
I'm just trying to live like the king that I am, okay?
Well, I'm trying to live
Don't let women get you down, kings. Don't let it happen. You leave your stuff around, somebody will deal with it.
Both of us are a bit spoiled. We're spoiled.
I wasn't raised with maids like this one. But I also don't like doing housework, so between us, we need a cleaner, put it that way.
You guys are too polite.
Yeah, I'm selectively impolite if I decide when to be, but generally I try to be polite. And again, like, it's the same sort of thing where you don't need, even if somebody's done something wrong, you can still be polite about it. And like, I suppose British people have got a specific set of manners, although by British standards I might be impolite at times. Jealous and possessive. This applies to, like, you know, the stereotype applies to, like, it's mainly associated with Arab men.
I don't think I'm a jealous person. And I don't think I'm...
She was just like 10 minutes ago saying that I'm not allowed to train women who are good looking. So I've got to like interview them like, I'm sorry, you're above a 7.5 out of 10. I'm afraid it's going to have to be a no because my wife is a bit... But not jealous, just... No, she's not jealous at all, no, yeah.
No, tell the truth. You actually think I'm jealous? But I'm changing.
Just a little bit. She's a little bit crazy, but that's fine. It makes me feel loved, I think, and also slightly in danger. But that's okay.
Hate confrontations.
Confrontations, yes. Hate confrontations. That's the same thing of like if somebody did something wrong in a restaurant, brought you wrong, you'd still be like, oh sorry, but I didn't order this, and they'll be like, oh sorry, and it'll be like that. It won't be like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Get me some proper water. But otherwise, I actually quite like. I personally, from my
people would think that I'm really rude now. You know, tell the truth.
She's only sometimes rude in comparison to a civilized British person. Anyway. Sometimes I'll avoid confrontation, but then if I decide that I'm going to be confrontational, I quite enjoy it, to be honest.
Okay.
So yeah, stubborn. This one I think is for, this is a black people stereotype, right? Black women stereotype. As it happens, we're both very stubborn. You see, I'm stubborn because I know I'm right.
We are both.
She's stubborn because she doesn't know if she's right or not. She just wants to be stubborn.
I'm always right.
She's even admitted that even if she knows she's in the wrong, she will refuse to admit it because she's that stubborn. I'm always stubborn because I'm always right, obviously. She's always stubborn just because she wants to be stubborn. So imagine.
Thinks that they're always right.
No, I don't think I'm always right. I know I'm always right. Exactly.
I always think that every British person has this charming accent, right? But actually, Liam was like telling me before that like English people have so many different accents, and some of them are not charming at all.
Yeah, one of the things I think that help people understand what a lot of English people talk like is Game of Thrones, because they have like they're split generally between northern accents, like the Jon Snow's, the what were they? Not the Lancers, the other house. It's not the Lannisters are Southerners, right? So they talk like that.
The Starks.
The Starks, who are Northerners, so they talk like that, like Jon Snow.
I heard the same thing.
Well, they either talk like that or they talk like that. It's completely different. Anyway, most people expect you to talk like the Queen, but it's not.
To me, you don't sound like, I don't know, obviously you sound British, but you just sound like washed up British. Yeah,
mine's neutral kind of British. I don't have a strong accent. Generally, people from the south think I'm from the north, and people from the north think I'm from the south. So black people stereotype often. Not that I say, I'm just saying generally. That black people tend to be musical and better at dancing. Well, there's definitely a stereotype that white people can't dance.
Well, at least I'm better at dancing than you. At least. I'm not gonna say I'm good at dancing, but at least I'm better than you.
Oh please. First of all, that's not saying anything because I know I can't dance. So the only thing I can't do, obviously. But as far as you I can't. I always tell you that. The one thing I'm not. If somebody said to me like, "Would you do it like a talent show?" I definitely wouldn't be dancing. Anyway, also neither of us play a musical instrument.
No, I know how to do that. Dun, 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 on the piano.
which is very hip hop of you. Anyway, neither of us play a musical instrument, and neither of us sing very well or dance very well, so we're equally.
Wait, I sing to you all the time. You say you love it.
Was that singing? I thought you were in pain.
English guys have not funny sense of humor.
See, so what it is because obviously, like, you know, literature and writing and drama and comedy have been around a lot longer. They're just more developed than, you know, other countries. So naturally, they don't understand it. You know.
Right.
It's like if you got somebody a book on philosophy, they wouldn't know what it was about. Doesn't mean it's not about anything. Okay. Just they don't understand the layers of the jokes most people.
Why would you need to have layers for a joke?
Otherwise it's just like, oh, man fall over, funny, ha 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 ha.
Well, yeah, make it simple.
And also the stereotype that black people are more likely to be athletic. It's not true.
But
which is quite.
We do have good genes. Like, look, I never like work out or anything. I mean, I do because he makes me, but I never used to. But
I think the thing is that, like, stereotypes exist for a reason, because sometimes they.
But if I actually became athletic, I'll beat your ass.
It's like, it's always ifs and buts, isn't it? Like, oh, well, if I'd been to university and been a doctor, then I'd be rich right now. Well, you didn't, so who cares? Anyway, so stereotypes do exist for a reason, because sometimes if you are X, you're more likely to be Y, but it's not always the case. So if we have kids, which will obviously be half black and half white, and they happen to be really good at sports, somebody will be like, oh, it's because they're half black. But no, it's because they're half me. Not because they're half her, obviously. So stereotypes sometimes true, guys, but not always true, okay? Because she can't dance or jump, so... I told you a video on stereotypes would be a bit...
Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Let us know if you want us to do another one like this, maybe like other kind of questions or like another type of video. And if you want to see this guy in my channel more. Okay, love you guys so much. See you on my next video.
Assalamu alaikum.